Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tomtoc's TA1. This is a vintage tech pack that's 22 liters, and I think it's like one of the best everyday backpacks I've seen come across my desk in quite some time. Let's take a look at it. Traditionally, this design is for, vintage bags that are just a giant rucksack, and so it makes them totally unusable. But this bag's different. This bag has thoughtful, tasteful design cues that allow you to use it as an everyday bag without it getting in the way, and that's really important. Let's take a look. This bag comes in 3 different colors, and it is 22 liters in size, which, let's be honest, is about right. Anywhere between 18 and 25 liters is about the right size for an everyday bag. Anything larger than that in the backpack's almost wearing you. It comes in this black here with brown webbing, or you can also get it in a completely yellow bag with black webbing, or a completely white bag with black webbing, depending on the vibe that you're going for. Traditionally, like I said, these bags don't have any pockets and they're really hard to use, so let's take a look at how Tomtoc solved that issue. First, the thing that they did is they put a magnetic slip pocket in the front, which I think every backpack, every sling bag should really have. Inside, I've chosen to put an MT1 Raider from Olight, and it's great because it matches the bag. It's got that brown and black, so I thought it'd be cool to put in there. It's also a great place. I like to put my wallet in here when I'm traveling in unpopulated areas. If it's an urban area, I'll tuck it in a different pocket, and we'll go over that in a minute. This pocket is magnetic, and so it does have a magnetic flap to it, so you can get in and out of here really easy, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the pack without having to worry about turn this thing on its side and the item's going to fall out. No, they're not, because there's a magnetic clasp, because Tomtoc thought of that. I also keep an air tag on the inside because this pocket's so deep. I think it's just a good place. You move this around from bag to bag while I'm testing bags out. On the sides of this bag, you can see it has 2 water bottle holders, which are really nice. They're both pleated and elasticized and will hold an umbrella or a traditional sized water bottle. Now, what's great about this is that they're pleated, so it's not hard to get them in here and out. You can also put things like an everyday camera in here, which is what I usually keep inside. Show you what I mean. I'm really into photography, and so I like to just throw this RX100 Mark V, which is like my vintage point and shoot, right in here. I just pull it out. The reason being is that photography bags are really expensive, and they often don't have tasteful design cues in them, which makes them very one-trick, very much a one-trick pony, and they don't have a lot of utility. If I'm going to spend $300 or $400 on a backpack, I want it to be really nice. And so what I've done is I've started adapting regular bags to use my camera gear, whether it's with a camera cube or just utilizing a small camera like this, because for 1/3 of the cost, I can get twice the bag, and it seems to make sense for me. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. The bag is actually made out of recycled bottle and Cordura and ballistic nylon. Now, these nylon webbing down the back is really nice because it allows for strength and structure, and it also gives you a few more attach points. Now, not all of them are attach points. Some of them are box stitched, but the ones closest to the edge of the flap offer you a secure mounting place to put stuff like this hero clip, which I'll show you in a moment. Or if you want to bring some tunes along, you can put the JBL clip speaker on here, and you don't have to worry about finding a place for your speaker. You can still hang it right here. They're also housed these 2 Duraflex clips, which open the main flap of the bag. Now, it's 1 drawstring here, and it opens really easily. There's also another YKK zippered, also sealed, pocket on the front of the bag. This is a great place, and it's large enough to carry an S23 Ultra. It's also a great place for your wallet and keys. If you're in an urban environment and you don't want people to get at your stuff, when you close this down, people don't have access to your stuff because it's covered by this flap. I really like that design. One of the main design flaws with a rucksack like this is that you can really only get into it by undoing the clips, pulling the drawstring down. And in an everyday bag, you want it to be super quick. And so Tomtoc has come up with an ingenious idea to put a zipper on the side, right? So when this bag is closed, we'll close it up. Right? Right here, you'll notice there's a little loop. And if you press on the loop, it actually opens up a zipper compartment. The zipper goes all the way down the bag, and it gives you access to the inside of your content, which is really nice. No more having to stop and undo this bag with the flap up and everything else. The other thing that Tomtoc has done is made the flap easier to use. What they've done is they've actually included 2 handles on this bag. The first is a 3D padded handle, which is really nice. It really supports the weight well. The problem is that if you're going to access this bag like this, the flap is going to keep falling. You're going to have to fight it, and that's annoying. So what Tomtoc has done is put in a second strap right here, and this allows you to hold this in a more convenient way with the flap open and allow you to get at the stuff inside the bag. Another way they've made this vintage design really usable in the 21st century. Let's take a look at the back of the pack real quick. When I initially saw this backpack, I thought, oh, it has a pocket right here, and I would love to have one right here. And I kind of questioned why Tomtoc didn't until I turned the bag around. The bag actually does have a third pocket up here, but putting a zipper here would A, reduce the depth of the pocket, and B, ruin the vintage design of the look. You can see Tomtoc is sporting a new, much sleeker logo, which I really like. And having another zipper there would just make this look too techy, I think. And I think that's what they were going for. And so they did actually put a zipper, another YKK guarded zipper with a nylon pull, which is very nice hardware for a bag that only cost you roughly $70 on the back side. And what it does is it makes a much larger, deeper pocket where you can keep your stuff inside this bag. Now, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, but it does go down about a half of the depth. So that means that this flap here stays nice and easy to flip open, and you don't have to worry about your stuff bunching up, and then you have to pull back this, 5-pound flap inside here. Keeping with the design theme that Tomtoc had, that this was like a light utilitarian pocket, it would be great for sunglasses, but I put some Advil in a bottle preform, and this is just a soda bottle before they blow it up. I also have in here some hand sanitizer because I don't think I'm going to stop carrying that after the pandemic. And I also keep regular Advil because sometimes the Advil gels, they ruin your stomach. So now you have three pockets on a vintage bag before you even get into the main compartment. And you can count the main compartment as 4 if you don't mind using the side zipper. Now inside this bag, it's kind of deceiving because it does carry a lot of stuff in here. Like for instance, I do carry my coat in here. So this would be kind of a setup if I was going to edit just in a coffee shop somewhere and I wanted to bring my laptop and computer with me. Now this bag is a laptop compatible bag. It has a sleeve for both your laptop and your iPad. It carries my MacBook 16-inch Pro and my iPad 12.9-inch Pro with the Apple Magic Keyboard on it without any issue whatsoever. So I really like that. The rest of the bag on the inside is open with the exception of one long, deep water bottle pocket, which I use to keep my Osmo Action 4 inside this bag. Again, going with the idea that these are much better value than a camera bag. Let's go ahead and pull these out. So the inside of the bag is really, really sleek. It just houses my iPad and my MacBook, and I'm hoping that this light will allow you guys to see that. And they're both padded, it's felt lined, and there's a divider for both the iPad and the MacBook to keep them away from the main compartment, but then to keep the devices separate themselves, which is really, really nice. So inside the front pocket is again, the iPad Pro 12.9-inch, Apple Pencil, Apple Keyboard. This is the biggest setup basically you can get for an iPad, and it carries it very well. Now Tomtoc does make carriers for these, just these if you want to take a look at that. But you can carry a lot of peripheral stuff for the iPad in just a much sleeker hard shell EVA type binder, and it's really nice. I do have a review of that on my channel. You can go check that out as well. And as well, I also keep my 16-inch MacBook Pro for video editing on here, and they do make a really nice briefcase that allows you to carry the peripherals for just your MacBook. And if you want to check that out, there's also a review of that on my channel. Tomtoc has been really good at providing goods for this channel. All of the views are my own. Tomtoc never asks me to put anything in the videos, ever. They send me out a product, they say, what do you think? And I'm always impressed by what they have. The materials are always good. The way they build the bags is always good. We'll go over that in a second, but the company as a whole just offers amazing value for what you're actually getting. Let me show you what I mean. So they're starting to experiment with larger textiles, and they are more exotic materials really. And one of the things that they've done is their construction for these backpacks is excellent. I think that a lot of that R&D for the large style bags is kind of trickling down into this middle tier stuff. I was looking at the back of this bag, and not only does it have like 4 large fabric pads in it, but it also has a luggage pass-through, and it's double stitched at the top here. So there's one bar that goes straight across. Then they have like an anchor for the actual straps, and then they have bar stitching, like heavy bar stitching, again over this before it connects to the bag. So these bags are just really, really secure, and they fit on your back really, really well because the shoulder straps are really padded. They have really easy adjustability as far as cinching bags down, and cable management is excellent as well. They include nylon hangers that allow you to cinch the strap up so that you don't have this dangling piece there, which really just protects the vintage look of the bag. Now, they have that same webbing with thick bar stitching that runs down the shoulder straps to make them even more secure. And they have a nice S-curve to them so that they're not putting pressure on any part of your shoulder. And as you can see, it conforms to my back really well. There isn't a lot of space in between, making this bag very comfortable to carry heavy things. I don't know if you could fight a bear off with a MacBook Pro, especially a 16-inch, you know, maybe a good sized T-Rex. And so it weighs, you know, 5 or 6 pounds, and it feels substantial in your hands. And so you think, hey, you know, this stuff gets heavy, but having a bag like this is really, really nice. This hero clip here, I told you guys I would talk about this. A lot of people ask me about this. I like to include this in all my bags, and it seems to work particularly well with Tomtoc products because they always have these little loops and attachments where you can put stuff. It's basically just a clip here, but it also flips out and becomes a hook with a carabiner on it, so you can hang backpacks on things if you need to. Keep them off the ground, hang them on a train, access them, do whatever it is you want to do. You want to get to your camera gear inside in the woods like I usually do, or even more common, you're using a public restroom, unfortunately, and you have to hang this on something so that your bag isn't on the bathroom floor. It's a lifesaver, so I recommend this. It's called a hero clip. Can't go wrong with it. Again, this is the Tomtoc TA1. Now, how do I run all this stuff? Well, there is one more thing inside the bag here. And that is this little Tomtoc T13. This is really cool. It's a little pouch that Tomtoc sent over with me, and it's like kind of a Peak Design pouch, but it's much, much smaller. I can probably show you guys right from here if you guys want to see what's inside here. It holds all my cables, essentially. Holds all my cables very well, and all of my charging bricks really well, so I can put in here, and everything has its own pocket. I have my MacBook charger here, and this is the big one. I also keep the Apple 35-watt dual USB-C folding charger in here. Love these. Can't go wrong with these. I have several of them in different packs. I keep in here a little SD card reader, but it also has a micro SD card reader, which is important for the Osmo Action. And it has a number of different cables inside. I keep my MagSafe cable for the MacBook. I keep 2 USB cables as well. One to charge my iPad and the other one to charge the camera or plug the camera into either the iPad or the MacBook to transfer photos that way. The main camera that I'm carrying right now is the RX100 Mark V and the Sony a7C Mark II, which is filming us now. You guys can let me know what you think about that. All in all, the TA1, in my opinion, is just a really cool little bag. If you guys have any questions or comments about this bag, put them in the comment section below and I will interface with you to your heart's content. If you want to know what fits in there, what doesn't fit in there, I can tell you. I have every size iPad, most size computers, passports, and a bunch of other things that people just commonly carry, and so I can test fit this stuff for you guys. And I'll leave a link in the description below. If you guys have anything further, like and subscribe, and catch me on the next one. See you later.